we are changing in any one factors of the production from all the factors, what that change or what that factors will affect on the production, it will be studied today. So on the page number 74 there is short term production is given. So let's start. If a firm increases any variable input or factor proportion and keep the factors constant, there is a one word should be added in that and keep the other factor constant. What changes will take place during short term has been examined here. It means in this concept, in this point, you are going to study from out of 4 factors of the production: land, labor, capital and entropy. Out of these 4 factors, if in the one factor any changes occurs or any changing happens in the one factor, that is on the labor, what in the changes of the labor will affect on the overall production system in the short term. It will be studied in today's topic. So there is given law of diminishing return. The first of all, in the short term production there is a law of diminishing return is given. Law of diminishing return is one of the most important and most wide concept of your concept of the commerce. Wherever you are going to study economics, at that time, each and every time, you have to study total production, marginal production, average production, and in all that concept, total production, average production, and in marginal production, you have to study or you have to know the concept of the diminishing return. First of all, what is diminishing return? It will be seen. So, the first is given law of let it be studied. So in the first point, the law of diminishing return is given. It means when you are going to change in any one factor of the production, it means there is no changes in the land and capital. On these 2 factors, there is no any changes occurs on that point. After that, the third is labor. While you are producing any goods, while you are making production, in the production process, if you make constant land and capital, and if you are changing in the proportion of labor, it means you can increase in the proportion of the labor, or you can decrease in the proportion of the labor. So how that changes will affect on the production, it will be studied here. So if you are adding one labor on the overall labor, what that will affect on the production system, it will be studied in the diminishing return. If the firm keep all the factors such as there is a low capital given, there is a spelling mistake, the spelling mistake છે ત્યાં such as land કરી નાખવાનું છે LAND. If the firm keeps all other factors such as land, capital, machines, etc. constant and changes one of the factors, the proportion of labor, we can know what changes will take place in the quantity of production through widely accepted law in the field of the production called the law of non-proportional output. This law is known as non-proportional output. Here they have given that if you are making constant land and labor, land and capital, and if you are making changes in the labor, what that changes will affect in the production system of your business organization, it will be studied in here. Now if you are going to see these concept very clearly, or if you will want to understand this concept very clearly, at that time you can take example. Say for example, in your business organization, your production gives you the benefit of the profit. From the production you are selling your product. After selling your products, you will get some profit, and your profit will run your business smoothly. So what is your production system? How your production system is affect of changes in any one factors of the production. These all the factors must be keep in your mind while you are producing anything. So in the short term, it is not possible to change in all the factors of the production. ટૂંકા ગાળામાં બધા જ ફેક્ટર્સને ચેન્જ કરવા પોસિબલ નથી. So you can change only one factor, and that is labor. You can change in the proportion of the labor. How that change will affect on the production system, because every product has a number of system or number of time to produce that particular thing. For example, if any farmer wants to produce any crop, there is a number of system or number of system will available to the farmers to produce any particular thing. Say for example, if any farmer wants to produce crop, near the farmer has number of system. He can produce crop on the traditional way, as well as he can use technology in any business organization. If he will produce his crop by using technology, he will get more profit, he will get more production. And if he continue produce anything only to start with the traditional approach, it may happen that traditional method will not give him proper result. So the production system or production method is very important in any business organization. So how that production method will affect on the any particular thing? Now let's start to understand this concept, law of diminishing. In this process, production increases in the beginning, then there is no change in production, it remains constant, and then it begins to diminish or decrease. If you are changing in any one proportion or in any one factors in the beginning, in the starting, your production will increasing. Say for example, if you have one factor of the land, after that, if your employee capital there is more than, say for example, 5 lakh. So these two factors are constant. There is no change in landed capital. And if you are making changes in the labor, say for example, whatever the labors available to you, you are changing that labors to one. Say for example, you have 5 labors available in a business organization. In the 1 acre of the land, there is a 10 lakh capital employed in the 1 acre of the land. In that, there is a 5 laborers are employed in that particular thing. 5 laborers are employed in the production system. And if you are changing one more, if you are adding one labor to the production system, which is 6, so how that one factors change will affect on the overall business production system, it will be studied in this concept. In the starting point, these changes or this one proportion will give you higher return, will give you higher production. After that, there is one point came when there is no any changes for there the proper result. After, if you are continue adding labor in the production system, there is one point came when your production system or your production capacity will decrease. This is called the law of the diminishing return. So there is given in this process, production increases in the beginning. In the beginning, production system will increasing. Then there is no change in production; it remains constant. First, in the production process, the firstly, your production will increase if you are continuously making changes in the labor. It means if you are continuously adding laborers to your production system, in that, first of all, your production system will increase. Your production will increase in the beginning, in the starting, and then also if you are continue to change or to add laborers in your production process, after that it will constant. There will be no change. It means whatever your proportion is, whatever the factors you are adding in the laborers, it will not give you any profit or it will not give you any particular thing. After that, this increment will continuously decrease or it will diminish. After that, it will diminish. So this is called the production of law of the diminishing product. That is the reason why this law is called the law of the variable proportion. It means it is continuously gives the result if you are varying or if you are continuously makes change in the proportion of the factors. If you are making change in the any factors of the production, that's why it is called the law of the variable proportion. This law explains the relationship between proportion of variable factors, inputs and quantity of production during the short term. Basically, why this law is important or why this law is effective on the production system. So here you can say that this law is basically related with quantity of production and the inputs or factors. You can also call them inputs. This law shows the relationship between these two. If you are making any change in the inputs or if you are making change in the factors of the production, how the factors of the production change or how the input change will affect on the quantity of the production. In the business organization, as we all know that if we making change production, if we are making production at the minimum cost, it will give you the more and more benefit and it will give momentum to your business organization. But in this, if you are continuously not processing or if you are continuously not making changes, not seeing what your production system is or how your production system is affected by the factor, at that time in the long run your business organization cannot run. So in the short term, if you want to make changes in your business organization, then it is not possible to change in the land and capital employed in your business organization. So in the short run, you can only change in the one factors of the production, and that is labor. So in that, it is seen that if you are making changes in any one factors of the production, how the factors changes will affect on the law of the production. After that, this law shows that if all other factors of production are kept constant, if all other factors are kept constant, એમાં કોઈ પણ ચેન્જ ના કરવામાં આવે તો, and if that marginal physical productivity of variable input will diminish. This law is called the law of diminishing returns. This is the same thing. If you are continuously making increment in the factors, or if you are continuously adding in the factors of the production in the short term, first it will give you the more benefit. So it is in the starting era, it is in the incremental manner. After that, this adding or this increment will become constant. If you are continuously making changes in the level, it will not give you any benefit. After that, that benefit also changes in the loss. It means it will decreasing if you are continuously adding labor to your current production system. Now let us see these all the concept with one interesting illustration. I know this is a little bit confusing. આ તમને બધાને કન્ફ્યુઝ કરે છે. So let's make this concept more entertaining. How you can make this concept more entertaining, or how you can understand all the concept within one illustration. How many of you like pani puri? Or how many of you like chocolates? You say, sir, yeah, most of the girls or most of the person like pani puri and chocolates. So let's take example of pani puri. Now you are very hungry and you go outside to eat pani puri. Say for example, on the Sunday, on the holiday, you and your all friend circle decided to eat pani puri, and for that you are not taking lunch. બપોરે તમે પણ ખાધું નથી અને તમારે ઇવનિંગમાં પાણી પૂરી ખાવા જવાનું છે. At that time you feel very hungry, so you need pani puri. Your wants for the pani puri is very high. So first of all, you order one plate of the pani puri. One plate of the pani puri. Say for example, there is a 6 pani puri are in the one plate. So first of all, this plate will finish in very short duration. એક પ્લેટ તમે બહુ ઓછા સમયમાં ખાઈ લેશો. This one plate will finish by you in the very short proportion. So this is incremental stage. After that, you order second pani puri for you, not for your friend. You are ordering second plate of the pani puri. There is also 6 pani puri in that plate. How many pani puri? It becomes 12 pani puri. The speed to finish this second plate is less than speed of the finish this. તમે જે બીજી પ્લેટ ની જે પૂરી કરવાનો જે સમય લેશે તો બીજી પ્લેટ ખાવા માટેનો જે સમય લેશે એ આના કરતા ઓછો હશે. It means your interest or your wants satisfies. That's why your second stage is a very low. This is constant. Because this is pani puri example, we are also taking it incremental. After that, say for example, you again order third plate. You eating more and more pani puri. You eating third plate. There is 6 more pani puri. Now it will become constant. Now here you can, after that the diminishing of wants or satisfied will come, but here the proportion or the satisfaction you get from first plate is higher than you get the third plate. ત્રીજી પ્લેટમાંથી જે તમને સંતોષ મળેલો હશે એના કરતા પહેલા નંબરની જે પ્લેટ તમે ખાધેલી હશે એમાં તમારો સંતોષ બહુ વધારે છે. Because in the first stage your wants or your requirement is too much high. After that, say for example, your friend order here, your stomach is full, you are not need pani puri anymore. more. After that, your friend again order one plate of the pani puri. If you are eating this fourth plate, all the three plates will be out. તમે જે ત્રણ પાણીપુરી પ્લેટ ખાધી હશે એ પણ જે છે એ વોમિટ થઈ જશે. તો આ વસ્તુ શું બતાવે છે? This is the real life example. This is not directly connected with the economics, but from this example you can directly understand the concept of the diminishing law of the margin. Of course, there is no direct relation between production and eating pani puri, but this example can be understandable. This example can be understood more if you are understand this example. So this is the example of the first plate. Your requirement high, so your satisfaction level is incremental. After that, your satisfaction level become constant. After that, if you are continuously eating pani puri, it will diminish. પછી તો વોમિટિંગ થઈ જાય. એટલા માટે જે છે તમારે શું થાય તો કે આ જે પ્રોડક્શન સિસ્ટમ છે અથવા આ જે એક્ઝામ્પલ છે, this example is directly related with the production process. Say for example, there is land and capital, both are fixed. There is no change in the land and capital. But if we are continuously making change in the labor on the starting era, it will give you the incremental result. After that, one point came. This is the point in the production system. Also, that point come. We will see example in the last, where your increment in the labor does not give you any benefit. It means it will become constant. And after that also, if you are continuously making add in the factors of the production, or if you are continuously adding labor in your production system, ultimately it will give you the diminution. After that, assumption is given in that the first is no change in production. It means this law will only work if this all the assumptions will be followed. Then only this law will be worked. So there is no change in production method. It means whenever you are adding any laborer, or you are not making change in the capital and land in your business organization, at that time there is no change in the production system or production method of your business organization. Because if you are changing production method, and after that if you are adding some labor in your business organization in the short term, so it will give you continuously increasing return, continuously more and more production in your business organization. So the first assumption is there is no any change in the production method of your business organization during short run. Then only this law of the diminishing margin is work. It is assumed in this law that there is no change in the method of production. If there is improvement in the method of production, the production may increase and not decrease after certain limit. In such case, the law of diminishing does not apply. It means, as we have seen, this law effect, the first it will increase, after that it will become constant, and then continuously it will diminish. But these changes occurs, or these changes happens only if your production method is the same. If you are making change in your production method in the short term, and also you are adding laborer in your production method, it will give you continuously higher and higher production. So if you are making changes in the production method, it will not work. It means the law of the diminishing production will not work in your business organization. So the first assumption is there is no any change in the production method in the short term. After that, the second assumption is input units have equal quality. Input unit have equal quality. Here, in production, all the variable inputs employed have equal quality. Such an assumption lies at the root of the law. It means if you are continuously adding in the lateral curve, if you are continuously adding in any factors, if you are changing any factors, then all the factors quality must be same. If you are adding laborers who is more qualified, who is more skilled, at that time it will give you the incremental result. Or if you are employed more workers who are not that much capable to work in your business organization in the starting area, in the starting phase, it may possible your production may decrease because you employed less capable employer in your business organization. So while you are employed more labor in your business organization, more employer in your business organization, at that time all the inputs have equal quality. It means if whatever the inputs are in your business organization, that all the inputs must be equal, that all the inputs must have equal quality which all the other factors are. If the inputs have different qualities, this law does not apply, as some inputs may be the better quality while the other may be of longer quality. There is a longer quality is given here. Longer quality application, there is a spelling mistake. There must be worst quality. Last line જે છે second quality માં worst કરના કરો. WORST, that is worst. It means whenever you are adding in any inputs in the production system, that inputs must be in the same quality. If you are making changes in the quality of the inputs, and after if you are adding that in your production system, it will gives you the higher result. And after that, the law of diminishing return is not applicable on that if you are changing quality of the particular inputs. After that, the third and the last assumption of this point is factor combination is variable. Factor combination is it is assumed that after keeping other factor constant, the proportion of only one factor is changed. It means all the other factors must be kept constant, all other factors must be fixed, and after that only one factors there is changes occurs. This means that factors combination is variable. Suppose there are one machine here in your business organization. Say for example, there is one machine and 5 laborers produces 4 quintal sugar, but one machine plus 4 or 6 laborers are combined, the factors combination changes and if zero production takes place, this law does not apply because in this condition factor combination remains variable. Here they have given one machine plus 5 laborers. After that, these two combination, it means one machine and 5 laborers gives you 4 quintal production. So if you are going to make changes, there should not be any changes in the labor, or this change must be in the equal. So if you are making changes without any precautions at that time, this will not work. So law of the diminishing margin will not affected in your production system. There is given one machine plus 5 labor produces 4 quintal sugar, but one machine plus 4 or 6 laborers are combined. If you are decrease or increase in the laborers, if you are decrease or increase in the laborers, this combination is not the same. There is one machine. On the one machine there must be only 5 laborers. if we are making change on the any other aspect, it will not give you the right result. It means the law of diminishing margin will not follow in that point. So this law does not apply because in this condition factor combination remains invariable. So in this, if you are adding 4 or 6 laborers in the production system, it will not variable, it is invariable. So the law of the diminishing margin is not followed in this point, in that point. So this is all about the law of diminishing margin, diminishing the return